Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Wally, for the kind invitation, and thank you to the Global Aquaculture Alliance for the invitation to attend and to open your conference here this morning. I've had the opportunity to glance at your delegate list, and I must say I'm hugely impressed at the global reach that your version of the GAA has all around the world. Our national understanding of the term GAA is a little different in that it is concerned with sport, and we gather here at GAA, Gaelic Athletic Association headquarters. I couldn't but reflect as we stood to the Irish national anthem that it was somewhat less raucous version than I heard here a couple of weeks ago at the All-Ireland football final. I see there are delegates here from over 30 countries around the world. I'm also very impressed at the calibre of individuals who've chosen to come here to Dublin to attend this very important event. It really does read like a who's who of the global aquaculture industry. So on behalf of the Irish Government, let me extend the warmest of welcomes to you all, and also let me thank you for choosing Dublin as your venue for your annual conference of the Global Alliance for Aquaculture. As you know, we Irish think about Ireland as the food island of Europe, and our beef and dairy products are rightfully well known all over the world. However, we are also equally proud of our seafood exports, and in particular our organic certified seafood products, which are widely recognised as the finest quality anywhere on the planet. I believe you've had the opportunity to sample some of these products last night, and I hope you enjoyed your experience and that it gave you an appetite for more of the same. As Minister for Food, I am particularly aware of the vital role that aquaculture has to play in meeting the food demands of the world in the face of a growing global population. I think we're all familiar with the Food and Agriculture Organization statistics showing that world aquaculture must increase its output by nearly 50 million tonnes per annum by 2030 if it is to keep pace with the tsunami of demand which is coming down the tracks. Growth in the production of seafood is of particular interest to us here in Europe. Last year, the European Union ran a staggering €19 billion annual seafood trade deficit. Clearly, this is an unsustainable position for the European Union, as we cannot rely on sucking seafood supplies from around the globe to satisfy our own seafood security requirements for the future. We won't be able to afford this luxury as other parts of the world grow richer, and they will compete with us for the same limited seafood supply. We must face up to the necessity of sustainably developing our own aquaculture sector, both here in Ireland and elsewhere around the European Union. From an Irish perspective, I'm pleased to be able to say that we have been enjoying a period of modest growth in the output from all across the aquaculture sector here in Ireland over the last 3 years or so. But we do realise that this rate of increase needs to accelerate sharply. Here in Ireland, government and industry have come together and agreed on an ambitious plan for our food sector called Foodwise 2025. As the name suggests, it is a multi-annual strategy with many detailed actions built into it. We have a strong implementation group that I chair, which drives the programme along. Seafood alone has 27 substantive actions attached to it, and they are all being pursued strongly. We do have ambitious plans for the Irish aquaculture sector, and these are backed up by a strong package of development funding, the money for which is sourced from my own department and Irish taxpayers, but also from the European Union through an important financial instrument known as the European Maritime and Fisheries Fund, the EMFF for short. Achieving the desired rate of growth is not without its challenges, and like every other member state in the European Union, we have had to closely examine our aquaculture licensing and permitting systems. We are determined to streamline our processes so as to facilitate sustainable development, whilst at the same time protecting our pristine environment. Aquaculture and seafood play a particularly valuable part in the Irish economy, as they are generally located in more remote coastal areas where there are very few other opportunities to create sustainable local employment opportunities. we see aquaculture and seafood as a means of balancing the recovery in the Irish economy and making sure that the rising tide floats all boats and not just those in big urban areas. We are pursuing a clear strategy for our farm seafood based around the sustainable production of high-value differentiated aquaculture products selling into top markets all around the world. My department is working very closely with Bord Iascaigh to bring about this transformation, and I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Chairman of BIM, Kieran Callinan, and Jim O'Toole, the Chief Executive of BIM, here today. As you may be aware, the Irish food industry, with the backing from the government, has embarked on a unique sustainability initiative. This is known as Origin Green. Put simply, we plan to demonstrate world-class sustainability credentials around the production and marketing of all Irish food, including seafood. I know that Jim is going to give a more in-depth presentation on this initiative, Origin Green, at your conference tomorrow, and I would really urge you to attend and witness what we believe is a unique global initiative, not just claiming sustainability credentials, but proving them in an audited process under Origin Green. I know that the Global Aquaculture Alliance is all about sustainable aquaculture production, and I'm told that the best aquaculture practice, or BAP schemes, that you espouse is operated to a very high standard, and that they have assisted fish farmers in other parts of the world to up their game, reduce their environmental footprint, and make their production more sustainable. So I think there is a very good fit between your values and our values, and I'm delighted to see that we're all closely aligned in the cause of seafood sustainability. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, could I again repeat my thanks to the Global Aquaculture Alliance for the invitation to be here today, to officially open your conference, to wish all of our international delegates, an entertaining visit to Ireland. I hope that outside of the conference time that you get an opportunity to savour the delights of Irish hospitality, perhaps not just in Dublin, but perhaps at places outside of the greater Dublin area, and savour what it is like to be involved in the aquaculture industry in the more peripheral locations around the country. Thank you very much.